Hey you guys, I had my birthday a little way back and I got two gifts from my brother, which was a packet of Putrid Blightkings for Warhammer Fantasy. These are for Warriors of Chaos in the End Times campaign, and I had been looking at them quite much and just loved the look of them. My brother was really nice and he got myself one of those, and I was really happy for that. And they even got me the Lord of the End Times book, which I was so surprised by also. So this is a part of in the End Times novel book series, so he actually was able to get the hardbound book to me, which is now sold out, and this is incredible. It has some of this just like pictures and so on with Archaon and stuff that are happening like this. This is so great. I just love this. So my brother is super duper, and everyone else that have celebrated me, it have been fun and so on. But I wanted to show you this, guys, before I start up with them. So here you can see they're quite huge, these guys. You get 5 of them in this pack. Not very many miniatures maybe, but these guys are huge. You can see they are standing on monsters' infantry bases, and they are the chosen of Nurgle, pretty much, these guys. So they are pretty much a unit of heroes. And there are quite many parts, or really many parts in this package, which was so satisfying to see. So they are really mutated, and many different stuff you can do with them. Really cool stuff. So let's have a look at what we get. Here we have a manual of the Putrid Blightkings, and there are like so many different versions you can do of them. There are quite many parts in this, but all parts doesn't fit all of the bodies, or what you say. So I think you get like 5 main bodies with like legs and torsos, but the front torsos of all of the models you can change out with other torsos that they give you in the end, with the other arm and weapon options and heads. I think you get as many as like 17 heads or some different heads in this pack, so, and many weapons and stuff, so it's quite much stuff to be working on. And I just got so like mind blown by this. There are so many cool stuff you can do with this, and they just look incredible. Like, yeah, lovely stuff here. You can see there are many different versions you can do of these guys, and yeah, change out and try your own stuff, do your own versions, but you have to be careful to see what parts fit with what also, because there are like this, yeah, different shapes for the torso, so like for the back bodies and legs, so all of the front parts doesn't fit. And my phone is calling me right back. Yep, as I said, many different versions. There you can see their stats, so yeah, they're quite badass. Let's have a look at the sprues. You get 3 sprue frames, and you can see that they are crammed with bits and parts, with weapons and bodies and yeah, heads and arms and stuff. There are really much to do. with these models. I just got so surprised when I opened and looked at this. This is just great. I love this. I haven't had a plastic kit of Games Workshop for a very long time, and this is, I have to say, the best plastics I have seen from Games Workshop ever, at least what I have seen. So, and yeah, because there's so much stuff here and it looks great, the details and stuff, and that you can do so much with them. That is lovely. So you can see how corroded and the metals are and how rotten they are. You can see a nurgling sticking out from his stomach there, which is just so cool. And he looks really happy about it. I love that. The nurglings are amazing. And here we have a torso with a big hole in the stomach with a bell there. This is, I just think this is so incredible. Really incredible. A torso, a body without a torso that you will stick onto them. Heads and knives and really much stuff, mutated arms and so on. So that is really cool. Let's have a look at these. Third one, this cleaver is lovely, I like this. And here we have a big bell, which is for the musician, if you want a musician to these guys. And they are 40 points per model, these guys, so they are quite hefty in points. Like Nurglish demon head there, quite weird. Huge weapons and some shields and chains, and there is so much stuff going on here, so I'm just really impressed. This helmet really looks like a gladiator helmet. And I just love this. This is incredible. So this is start of something new, and yeah, was a while ago I did just like Games Workshop stuff. I've been doing some Forge World stuff, but not really Games Workshop stuff for a while. But Warhammer Fantasy is lovely, and I'm just the end times is so cool. There's so much stuff happening, and these and the models that are being released to it is just so incredible, and I really hope that nothing, like, the world is pretty much going under in end times, and I am just so scared of what will happen with Warhammer Fantasy after that, and I believe many others are, because people don't know anything, because Games Workshop are so secret about it. And yeah, so we are all quite scared of what will happen to our beloved fantasy genre for Warhammer, because when I started with miniatures, hobby miniatures painting, it was with Warhammer Fantasy. And I started with Lizardmen and stuff, and all of us, our friends and so on, we had such a good time with it, and it's just Warhammer Fantasy is something else in my mind. It is just so cool and lovely, and I just hope that we will have our fantasy left in Games Workshop, because they are making the best Warhammer they are making the best fantasy miniatures and fantasy lore for miniatures games out there, in my opinion, and so on. So I just want that to keep on, you know. But the end times campaigns have been really cool, and that have been something that have been really positive, and something that have made people that love fantasy scared also. But we will hope that it will end with something positive. So I will put some of this guy, one or two of these guys together or something like that, so you can have a little look at it. So here we have two of them assembled, and they look lovely. what can I say? I was thinking of having a little bit of a like sea-like theme to them, I think, like because a character that I also got is like a ship's captain, and he have his own like armada of ships or so. So I think that would be maybe a cool idea to follow. The details are great on these guys. They were quite hard to like. You have to really check through the manuals, because all of the parts doesn't fit everything, you know. So you get a huge load of parts, but it is like, okay, you got this body, but you have only 2 choices to this body for like torsos to use, because they don't fit the other, pretty much like that or something. And the same thing with the heads, pretty much. So it's like and the weapons mostly, the arms. So you have like 2 or 3 choices between each of the bodies, what it seems like, which was not that good in my opinion, because you really want to be able to choose between the stuff, because I think there were like around 17 heads or something like that in the pack, and many torsos. So like on some bodies you will probably have to use like some of the heads that you maybe don't like, which is not that good in my opinion. But there is a great variety of stuff in the pack, and the plastics look great, and it fits really good where it should fit, you know. So there are not many cracks and so on, except here, but that was mostly part of my fault. I did a little bit of a wrong thingy there. So on this shoulder pad, so I'm gonna green stuff it a little bit. This guy is a little bit crab-like, as you can see, which is quite cool, and quite heavy armor, really nice sword. I really like this dude, with an open stomach, like, and a bell inside. He really likes bells, this guy. You can see he have many bells around, and they like squid arm, ringing a bell, and on his horn there. And this cleaver is huge. That's like one thing that sold me on this package, was like, oh my god, look at that freaking huge weapon, and that like that resting position, it looks so badass. And yeah, the details are great. I really like it. So when you're able to do the stuff you like, it is quite a great pack. And they will line up like this pretty much. They are having these monstrous bases, so they are quite big. Let's see, with a Space Marine or Space Wolf for scale here. So they are a little bit taller and quite much mass to these guys still. So they are quite big. I really like how they look. They are quite fearsome. Wow, his freaking crab claws are huge now. Crab legs. So all in all, I really like it. Sad thing just that it was limited with like what parts you could use to the different bodies and so on. But all in all, a really nice plastic set. The Putrid Blightkings from Games Workshop. Yeah, I hope you like this video, and it will be really interesting to paint these guys. They are really characteristic, look like heroes, all of these guys, so it will be really nice. Oh yeah, one thing that I really like also is that with the Games Workshop stuff that they are doing nowadays, pretty much, they are like layering the bodies, which are making them so much more in-depth. You can see his stomach there, that it's a big hole, and he still have details inside there, because yeah, the body was in 2 parts, so you can like, so they are quite layered and so on, which is nice. Anyhow, thank you for now, guys, and have a good one.